Skyblock. This is a place where you can thrive, starting with usually next to nothing, but you climb your way to the top, turning something that is usually nothing more than a pile of dirt into something that you can be proud of. Spending days meticulously working on a stupid weapon or armor set just to finally start playing with your friends. The ones that help you overcome the strongest dungeons, take on the hardest bosses, and have been with you while you did nothing but meaningless tasks. Now imagine you're alone. No friends to help you, no one to sit with you while you do those brain-rotting tasks. It is just you. And only you. Oh crap, I didn't explain anything. Alright, so for this challenge, we have a couple God-given rules. Alright, so the rules are, no auction, no trading, no using portals on other people's islands, and especially of all, no parties. Now the hardest one for this challenge is no parties, mainly because the entire goal of Lonely Man is to beat floor 7 of dungeons, which usually requires hundreds of hours of grinding the catacombs, getting the strongest loot, and yada 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 yada. But the main issue is that dungeons should not be soloed, considering they're always done with a party of 5. And especially when you're starting off the game brand new with nothing to your name and nor any dungeoneering experience, this challenge will be brutal to say the least. But enough with how much the future will suck, let's focus on the goal of today's video. So since this is a brand new profile and I love having people work for me while they get paid nothing, I'm going to need minions. So I will get every tier 1 variant of every minion I can in this video, and step 2 I'll have to get to the end, by the end of this video. No, okay. And step 3, resist the urge to buy the cheapest armor pieces on the auction house and skip all of this challenge. Also, I will not be abusing Bazaar. I will ban myself from using any Bazaar flipping, craft flipping, or anything else like that. Other than that, I think we are now ready to begin the Lonely Man profile. So starting off, this is the first profile I have made in 2 years, and seeing how everything started was kind of crazy. Seeing the very island of which my main was built on was weird to say the least. I then immediately wrote down the rules of the land so that I wouldn't forget, because knowing my dumb ADHD head, I'd unknowingly searched the auction house for something like a jungle axe or something. Also, instead of building a bridge, I used my godlike powers to go to the hub. I typed /hub and it worked. As for the first area I wanted to conquer with my god level strength, I chose the Foraging Islands since they take the least amount of time. But it has a painful side effect, of which I forgot to take into account, but we'll get into that one later. And in no time I was chopping down all types of logs. Birch, spruce, dark oak, acacia, and jungle. And after getting those done, I decided to do Melody to get our first talisman. But I forgot, Melody is Satan, who feeds off every time I fail her stupid freaking minigame. And with it taking 20 minutes of clicking the same rules and failing dozens of times, I finally got it. Was that it? Wow, that was basically first try. You perfected every song. Maybe you should teach me now. Here's a gift for always remember me. I would throw this in the void if it wasn't worth 500k. You. And after finishing up the Foraging Islands, I decided the next best option would be the deep caverns. So I began working my way towards the completion and getting the minions. And after finishing up the gold mines, which is basically useless since the deep cavern has all the resources and way more spread out, but I like the gold mines, and also I still needed mine level 7 to access the deep cavern, so it wasn't much of a waste. And after making it to the caverns, there's only one thing we have to do. Get all the minions here. Which, to be fair, isn't too hard, but there's a total of 12. But we've already gotten 3 of these minions because of getting the coal, gold, and iron from the gold mines. Now the main issue is obsidian, because it takes forever to mine and the area is covered in the diamond undead, which deals so much damage. But by the end of such a grinding I did, I was able to get all the mining minions, leaving the remaining 4 for when I had stronger gear. And so heading back to the hub, I bought the Art Essential Bow. Literally all it does is shoot arrows quickly. So with this short bow I started working on some combat minions like zombie and spider. And needless to say, it went pretty quick killing the zombies, but the spiders were a different story. First off, they did insane damage, and one of the drops I need for the minion is a rare drop, which takes forever to get. But since my main weapon right now is the short bow, I have to keep buying arrows, and with only a couple hundred coins, I can't really do that. Which means what would happen is I would get up close to the spider with my sword and just immediately die. And then for that day, I logged off. I don't know why I'm telling you this since it's a YouTube video and me logging off means nothing, but I thought I should say it, and I don't know why. Also, when I logged on again, I was ready mentally to finally make it to the end, so I was on that gamer level motivation. Even God was terrified of what I was capable of, so he gave me pneumonia. Regardless of this minor setback, I was going to kill God. But before I say God, I must slay the creepy crawlers who plagued this wasteland. And while slaying it, Queen, I found the mother of spiders, killed it, dropped the talisman, then I died and lost the talisman. Now you may ask how it wasn't in my inventory since everything in Skyblock gets automatically picked up. Well, it's because that automatic pickup ability is only locked at level 6. I was level 4, so I kind of lost a very useful talisman that would have really helped, and being sad I just lost the talisman, I headed over to a new passion, farming. Now this was for a couple reasons, mainly because I was bored of killing spiders, but another was because farming levels help you level up insanely fast. So not only would I be able to knock out another area, but I also get auto pickup and maybe Bazaar since that's unlocked at level 7. And also, the farming islands are insanely boring, considering it took 40 minutes of doing the same task, which is either grabbing crops or killing defenseless animals. And to be fair, this is mainly because killing the mobs takes way too long, and also I was going for all the minions, which there are tons of, so no wonder this island was the longest. And after finishing our second island, I did a minor amount of enchanting. So with my newfound strength, I was finally able to right the wrongs and get that stupid talisman. And I died. But I tried it again, and won! And got my prize that was well earned. And so after killing the spider's mother, I then killed him for the last bit of spider eyes I needed for the minion. And after doing that, I headed back to the deep caverns to finish up getting the minions I didn't get. Slime was especially easy with the short bow, and as for skeleton, it also wasn't too bad. Then I had to head back to the spiders since I had forgotten the gravel minion. And then after that, I went back to my island to build an enchanting thing. I don't really know what it was. Then I headed back to the deep caverns to kill a sneaky creeper since I had forgotten again to get the minion. Also, I should mention that without using portals or travel scrolls, it takes forever to get back to these islands. It takes around a minute to get to the deep caverns and 30 seconds to a minute to get anywhere else, which just kind of makes a longer task take longer. But there, we finally got the last minion of the deep caverns. And with that done, it's time to get the last minions we can get right now, which is now fishing and clay. And I did get the fishing minion done, but while fishing for 40 minutes, I did not get a single clay. And so with that done, I took some time to build up the island since it kind of needed some scenery. So I built a bridge and it looked really fancy. Then I built an island. And after building for way too long, for way too little, I headed over to our second to last area for this video, the Dwarven Mines. I also spent like 30 minutes finding stuff for money because I thought you guys wouldn't care about that. Now the entire reason I came over here was for these dudes, the glacial mobs. Now the only thing I want from them is their armor, and oh boy, did it feel like I got everything but that. Now I will skip over a lot, and I mean a lot since a lot of it is the same boring footage, but I grinded for sand for a while and was able to buy the full mercenary set, which basically just gave us some added survivability and plus 5 coins on kill. Now after heading back to Dwarven Mines and grinding for another 30 minutes, I got 3 of the 4 pieces I needed and got 10 glacial Jews, which is worth around 1.1 million coins. And at this point was our strongest moneymaker by far. And actually will be probably useful later, I don't know. But now with getting the last task I wanted to complete, it is now time to head to the end. And then I talked to the lone adventurer, he gave me a quest for killing 5 endermen, then I completed his test or whatever it was. Then he offered me a sword for 200k, I then traveled across 3 islands to handle the money, and now had the sword that would carry us to victory. I don't really know if it will carry us to victory. I haven't recorded episode 2 yet. And hey, look, that's all the footage I got. If you did enjoy today's video, please subscribe. It'll help you know when episode 2 releases. And that video will be slaying dragons and probably taking on our first dungeon. Alright, bye.